Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. We are back again grinding the Japanese tank destroyer line out, and today we have a replay in the tier 7 of the line, the Chi-2 SP. Now I've actually had quite a lot of fun playing the tier 7. What I'm going to do before we get on to the replays is just quickly go over some of the statistics of the tank. So you have fairly good concealment. I think with the setup I am running, I've got my concealment down to 241. Again, you've got sort of okay mobility. You've got 40 km/h top speed, so you're not like that quick. It'd be nice to be a little bit quicker if I'm honest, but it's sort of okay mobility. You've then got a 320 alpha gun, which is quite nice with some really decent DPM. I think I've got the DPM up to about 2,861. 205 penetration on your standard AP rounds and 244 penetration on your premium APCR rounds with 1,050 shell velocity. You then got 60 penetration on your HE rounds with 420 alpha and 900 shell velocity. And it does actually have a little bit of armour, this one, unlike the tier 5 and the tier 6. You can bounce a few shots, and yeah, I wouldn't rely on bouncing shots, but you can bounce a few shots to sort of around your gun mantlet. And it's got 7 degrees of gun depression, so that's pretty much the basics, but it's easier just to get into the replays and then we can see how this tank can get on. So I will stop rambling and let's just get on with the gameplay. Okay, so here we are for replay number 1 then, where we're on Nomonam. This time it is a tier 8 matchmaking. We have 1 enemy light tank in the game, quite a few tank destroyers and 2 enemy artillery. If you want to see what equipment and crew I'm running, you can see that at the bottom of the screen right now. So it is the assault variant on this first replay. And initially we're going to try and cross over to the right hand side to get into these sort of hills on the sort of right hand side of the map. I don't really want to play the left hand side. I find it a little bit awkward on the sort of the assault variant, because the enemy team can get to that hill quite early, and it's not really where I want to be playing this tank destroyer. So you do have 7 degrees of gun depression, so you can sort of semi-make ridge lines work. And you know, the best thing, my favourite thing about this tank is the gun, if I'm honest. You know, you can pick up quite a lot of damage with that 320 alpha gun if the right opportunity sort of presents itself. But we're just trying to move across now the position. You see there's a light tank which was detected. I'm going to hopefully try and push that light tank off of where he was, because he's going to keep all our tanks detected. It's just behind this rock here in front of me, but it's not detected now. So there you go, you see that light tank. I'm going to try and use, I've seen this medium on the bottom and the low ground. I'm hoping to maybe try and use this big rock as a sort of protection from the left hand side. And then if this enemy tier 8 medium backs up enough, it should present us a little shot. And we do get our first shot in the game, a high roll in for 340, and now we're going to try and get a second shot in. You see there how you can bounce shots. If you're able to hold, if you're able to hide like your lower plate and sort of whole armor, you can actually bounce the odd shots here and there. But I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't rely on your armor, but it is just quite nice, especially when you are top tier. You can bounce the odd shot. So the enemy medium tank T59-2 gets taken out, along with the light tank, which frees up this angle a little bit more. Now I can try and move up and try and get shots into this Italian tank destroyer in the low ground. We've also got the enemy artillery, the piggies up, and we're definitely going to not miss an opportunity to try and shoot at the artillery. Unfortunately that evades us, but we do manage to start picking up a little bit of assistance, and I'm just hoping that this artillery gets taken out and it is one less thing for us to worry about. We are losing the game at the moment. We are 3 tanks down, but I'm not overly concerned right now. I'm having a sort of decent start to the game, if you like. I've got a couple of pens, a little bit of assistance, Nothing major. I was trying to climb this rock, but I was having physics issues with it sort of slipping there. I was just trying to get a bit closer to try and spot a few things. Enemy tank destroyer comes in, and we're able to sort of sneak in a few shots there. The artillery was looking at us for a little bit, but we do sort of have a rock trying to protect us, so hopefully it can keep us safe from the artillery while we try and squeeze in shots here. We've got a small shot here. We go for the engine deck. Unfortunately, we ricocheted off the engine deck there. I think it was just a bit of an unfortunate angle, but we do manage to finish off the Italian tank destroyer, confirming our first kill of the game and putting us onto 1,000 damage. Again, we are still losing this game, but hopefully we can kill these tanks. We might be able to make it a bit more of an even scoreline. Pick up another penetration into this tank destroyer, leaving him on about 800 hit points, and our friendly tanks are moving in now and have put him onto a one shot. We're looking to see if we can try and finish him off. If he just keeps driving, we might be able to have a kill, but I think our friendly tank's going to take care of him now, and I'm just going to turn my attention to deal with these tanks on the other side. Unfortunately, that tank destroyer just gets undetected before I'm able to fire. But our friendly light tank is still over there on the other side. So I'm going to be a little bit patient and just wait for a second, because I think those tanks might get detected by a light tank. And thankfully I did wait, because an enemy tank have now moved in and I'm in a good position to get shots in. I'm actually detecting all these tanks. So I'm picking up quite a lot of assistance here. I picked up 1,300 assistance and farmed quite a nice bit of damage here. Thankfully for the good concealment, I haven't got detected. And now we're back into winning ways. It's now an 8 versus 6. We've got about just shy of 3,000 damage with 1,300 assistance and 1 kill. So we're having a good game, but I'd like to try and finish it off with a bit more damage. There's an enemy Caliban down the bottom. I'm thinking about going in for this Caliban, but the problem is I know there was a few tank destroyers over that way, and I was scared if I got lit too early, I might get taken out. But I am going to try and kill the Caliban now, because if I can get behind this rock, that will keep myself protected while I try and aim in my shot. I aimed the shell, but he just gets taken out before we're able to pull the trigger there, and we miss out on a kill. But now we're back into a 6 versus 5. I'm going to start making my way over to the enemy team, because we've still got time, about 4 minutes 40 on the clock, but I want to try and close the distance so I can keep these tanks detected. See if we can try and boost our assistance. We've already got quite a good chunk of assistance. If we can get any more, it could be quite good, because we are the furthest tank forward here, so we will be detecting these tanks, and anything will get spotted. We should pick up the assistance. There's enemy medium in our base, but other side our spawn if you like, but there's nothing I can do about that. I'm just going to try and detect these tanks in front of me. I'm getting spotted here. I'm concerned about the charioteer. Had an angle on me, but it was in that area, so I'll just kind of move to try and get behind this dead wreck here to try and keep myself cover while my team move in to cover me. But now our friendly team have moved into the cap circle. I'm hoping we don't cap out, but I'm going to take advantage of the fact that they're in the cap circle, because the enemy team, in theory, if they want to win the game, they're going to have to move over and get the reset. So that will allow me to try and push forward, because as they go for the reset, I then should be able to get shots into them as they leave. But in order to do that, I've got to get a bit closer and just react quickly. We've only got 30 seconds left on the clock, and I want to try and finish this off with some more damage. Enemy tank destroyer is going back to try and reset the base. As I say, it's unfortunate for him. I've caught him out here, and hopefully I should be able to pick up the kill, putting us under just shy of 3,600 damage. Should squeeze in the finishing touch there. Only 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm really hoping the enemy team, friendly team, get out the cap circle. The enemy team get a cap reset, but they don't, which is a shame, because we could have got some more damage out of that game. But we do go on to have a decent game in the tier 7 tank destroyer, getting ourselves 3 kills, just shy of 4,000 damage and 1,500 assistance, and the ace tanker and the high caliber. But that's it for replay number 1. Let's move on to the second and final replay. Okay, so here we are for the second replay here on Nelberg. There is 2 enemy artillery in the game, 2 enemy light tank, and this time we are actually top tier. So I think initially I'm just going to try and move to the castle area and just work out what happens from there, to see what gets detected, and then just try and work out what we're going to do. But that's going to be my initial position from the get-go. So as I start to head over to this area, an enemy light tank gets detected, a second light tank gets detected. I managed to get a shot in, and yeah, this light tank has got crazy written all over him, and he's just flying around in the open. Another light tank comes around now, and now we're in a situation where there's light tanks everywhere, and we're just hoping our friendly team are going to put some shots into these tanks, because they're about to throw their tanks away. So we get, we miss that shot into the enemy German light tank here, but if he stops for a shot into us here, he's just going to get killed by our friendly team. Pick up a nice shot into him. Hopefully I can try and get the finishing touch here, get the last shot in, but he actually gets taken out by our friendly team. And I managed to avoid taking any damage, and we've got rid of the enemy light tank. So yeah, that probably wasn't the play by them, but it's kind of handy that now at least one of them is out of the game. The French light tank is still here though. I'm looking to see if we can try and get some shots. I'm just waiting a little bit patiently to see. I don't really want this light tank in the side, just unloading clips into us. I want to see if we can get some shots in. But that's not quite happened. It's not presented itself a shot quite yet. So I'll send this enemy tank destroyer to my left, and I'm just going to try and make my way to see if I can get any shots into this AT just over this ridge here. Got to be a little bit careful, obviously, with the artillery in the game. Enemy Cromwell comes across. Unfortunately, we just missed that shot into the Cromwell, which is a shame. But we now have an opportunity to shoot this French light tank. We put one in, put him onto a one-shot to us. Hopefully, we can try and finish him off here. He's back in to try and get a shot into us. We're going to wait for him to come forward and then finish off the enemy light tank there, putting us onto 1,200 damage. And yeah, taking out one of the other light tanks, which is nice. I'm going to try and lean over and shoot this enemy tank destroyer here. Got to be careful, there's a Cromwell on my side, but yeah, I'm just trying to keep alert of that fact, that Cromwell looks like he's going to try and come round and come into the open here, so I'm kind of waiting, because if I can take out this Cromwell, it would be really handy for us, because he's going to have the side angle on us, and there's going to be a little bit of a nuisance, because for us later game, because essentially we're very, very quick medium, so it's a bit of a problem. But he does come around in the open. Hopefully we're going to try and track him in place. We get a shot in. Unfortunately, we don't track him. We now have this tank destroyer leaning over us on the left-hand side. We're going to just take it in terms of putting a shot into this TD. Hopefully we can try and finish him off. I'm just trying to angle my armor. See, against low tiers, you can, your armor can be really effective, and you can play a bit more aggressive. But then when you're in the top tier games, you do have the concealment. Sorry, when you're in the bottom tier games, you do have the concealment in order to play a bit more passive if you want to. We get a shot into that Cromwell, putting him onto a one shot, putting ourselves onto 2,300 damage with 2 kills. But the enemy artillery is now looking at us. We're just hugging this wall here to keep ourselves protected from the artillery whilst we wait for us to lose our detection. And now we're going to try and move forward to see if we can extend the vision a little bit more for our team, because a lot of our team's kind of in one sort of area. I'm trying to just see if we can spot for our friendly artillery. But I am alert to the fact that they still have 3 tank destroyers left. We know where one is on the left-hand side, but the other 2 are probably like in their sort of camping hill in their spawn. So I don't want to push straight out into the open with the Cromwell being there and the artillery and those tank destroyers. It might not end well. So I decided better of it to push back, because I don't have anything which could cover us. So even if I did detect all the stuff by going forward, nothing is going to be able to shoot it apart from our friendly artillery pieces. So I decided I'm going to go back and see if I can try and deal with this heavy in the church. Well, the church is not a church, a castle, and go from there. But just trying to go the safe way, just in case we get detected from that Cromwell. I don't want to get caught out in the open there. And just see if we can get any more damage out of this game, because it's still a very, very close game. It's 6 versus 7. We are 1 tank down. But it's still in the balance, but we thankfully still have all of our hit points remaining, so we're in a good position. We do lose another tank, so now we go 2 tanks down, so it's now into 5 versus 7. Our friendly light tank now, our friendly light tank is going to be a hero in this game, and you'll see it when the moment comes. But I just want to give a shout out to that light tank Lightning and his French light tank and his wheelie boy, because he really does save the day. But you will see what happens there. But I definitely wanted to give him a shout out, and if I see him in the battle, I'm definitely going to give him a salute, because he really saved us. And we will see what happens when we come to that. At the moment, I know the heavy tank's around the right hand side, just around the right of this rock and this castle, but I want to be careful pushing in just in case tanks are covering him, which I suspect they will be. So I was doing a few blind shots in some locations where they normally have tanks, just in case. Enemy tank destroyer actually gets caught out here. We put one in. I pull back. I could have just loaded and get the finishing shot in. I'm just concerned about the tanks covering. I don't want to evaporate and lose all my hit points. I really want the heavy tank to come round this corner. If he comes around this corner, I'll be able to put a shot into him, without having the risk of taking any more damage. Enemy artillery is looking for us, so I'm just pulling and hugging this wall to make it a hard shot. Depending where the artillery is, he's probably not going to be able to hit us right now. But we are, still a very close game, 5 versus 6. We still have one friendly light tank left, which is good at this stage if we can spot a few tanks and we can try and get some more damage. I'm just being patient. I'm just hoping that this heavy tank's going to come around this corner and make life easy for us. But that's not really happening. Our friendly light tank does take out the one-shot Italian tank destroyer there, leaving us just with this main heavy. If this heavy gets taken out from the centre of the map, then are going to be able to push forward and spot all their tanks up in their base. Now our friendly light tank is looking like he's going to go round the back of this heavy tank, so I've decided I don't want to, if he's going to go around the back, the heavy tank is going to turn to fight a light tank. I'm just going to make the most of it, trying to move in and help him, because if I can get behind this little big tower, that'll keep me shielded from the enemy tank destroyers, which could potentially be covering him. I'm going to move in. Now I'm going to hopefully see if we can get one shot in. He gets put in a one shot, so we go in for the kill, and this is where we run into a little bit of bother because we're stuck. We are 100% stuck in this position, and we cannot get out of here. So what I'm going to do now, because this is where the light tank, the hero of the day, comes in to save the day, but it takes quite some time. So I'm going to stop the replay, fast forward it, play a bit of music, and you can see what happens, and I'll come and speak to you in a bit. And he did it. What an absolute legend. He saved me and got me out of a real tricky situation. And thankfully the arty didn't keep shooting me, otherwise they would have killed me because I was stuck. Now he has saved the day. I really don't want to let him down. I'm going to try and push across and spot these tanks. And hopefully I don't throw my tank away, because that would be embarrassing after all that effort of that light tank trying to take me out. So I tried to save me, or successfully saving me. We do spot the enemy artillery, because this, I know all the tanks are going to be sitting on the top of this ridge here. I just want to get across and just basically spot them, because then our friendly artilleries are going to be able to shoot them. Our light tank sort of covering can also put shots in, and I've got the hit points to do it right now. And we just need to move in, because I suspect both artilleries are going to be on this place, and there's really nowhere for them to come now. I'm going to come behind them, spot these tanks, and then I'll be able to either take them out myself, or with the help of our friendly tanks, they'll be able to put shots in once I spot them. Just got to make the climb up into this area. And like I say, I'm so thankful for that light tank for saving the day there. We spot this enemy artillery, should be able to put a nice shot in there, putting us up to 3,000, sort of 300 damage and a tiny bit of assistance. We spot the second artillery, the griller there, might be able to put a shot into him in a minute, or our friendly artillery might be able to put a shot in. There is one medium tank in our base though now, which means I need to kind of hurry up, because if that medium tank gets in our cap circle, he might try and cap us out. So I need to try and kill these tanks fast to try and prevent that. Our friendly light tank is going back though to try and deal with that. We put a nice shot in, killing the other enemy artillery, leaving us just one artillery to deal with. Just going to pull forward, putting us onto 4,400 damage with 5 kills. Hopefully we can get the 6th kill in, but it gets taken out by friendly artillery before we're able to do so. And now it is just us versus one medium, which I think is a one-shot Cromwell earlier. I'm going to try and get back over now to see if we can deal with this medium. But this is where Randy's superb driving skills strike again, and we almost throw our tank away. I think, this light tank's watching me play right now. He must be thinking, just why are you doing this to us? But it's okay. I've still got some hit points, and we made it. We're all right. We're going to try and head back to deal with Cromwell, but then I've kind of decided that this Cromwell could just drive around the map, and he's going to outmaneuver me, and it's just I don't really want to just chase him down. So I'm going to get in the cap circle early now, just in case that he tries to get into the cap circle. This should hopefully force the enemy medium tank to come for us, because I can't actually cap out at the moment by myself, because the cap's time is 1 minute 30, and the game will end in 1 minute 22. But we're just going to wait here, really just to hope that Cromwell comes back for the reset. And if he does, we'll be in a position to try and deal with him and take him out, because he was left on a one shot. He does come back for the reset. I can eat a shot. I'm just going to wait, make sure I aim this shot, and we do hit it, picking up the 6th kill of the game and getting the win in the end. So let's see how we got on there. We managed to get 6 kills, 4,500 damage, picking up a tiny bit of assistance, 1,040 blocked, getting the ace tanker, top gun and the high caliber. But the real hero of the day was our second place Lightning in the light tank for saving the day and getting us out of a sticky situation because of my superb driving skills. So that is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be continuing the grind, getting the replays out and all of the Japanese tech tree. So if you do like what you see, remember to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel. And as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!